Hey everyone, welcome. Let's talk about something we all know way too well, that weeknight dinner dread. If you've ever felt it, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive into some super simple, super effective meal prep strategies that'll help you eat healthy without all that daily stress.
You know the feeling, right? It's 5 o'clock, the day has been long, you're totally wiped out, and the absolute last thing you want to do is figure out dinner from scratch. It's this universal moment of panic, and honestly, it's where our best intentions go to die.
I mean, this quote from Heidi Powell just hits the nail on the head. It's so ironic, isn't it? The days we try the hardest, we're up early, we're productive, we even get a workout in. Those are the very days that can push us right into the drive-through lane. It is such a frustrating cycle, but it's one we can absolutely break. So what if you could just opt out of that cycle? Well, that's where meal prep comes in. And look, it's so much more than just cooking ahead. It's a whole strategy designed to give you back your time and put you firmly back in control of what you're eating. I love this way of thinking about it. Meal prep is basically a gift you give to your future self. The you on a lazy Sunday is looking out for the you on a chaotic Wednesday. You're literally stopping those I'll just order a pizza moments before they even have a chance to happen. So what is it really? At its core, meal prep is just getting your ingredients ready to go. We're talking chopping veggies, marinating chicken, whipping up a sauce ahead of time. The whole point is to be able to throw together a fresh, amazing meal in just a few minutes when you're actually ready to eat. Now, it's really important to draw a line between meal prep and batch cooking. You've probably heard of both. Batch cooking is making huge pots of chili or lasagna, entire meals to reheat later. Meal prep, though, is all about preparing the components. Both are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but prepping components gives you so much more freedom and flexibility during the week. Okay, so how do you actually do this? It is way simpler than it sounds, I promise. We can break it all down into a super memorable three-step process: plan, prep, and pack. Let's walk through what each one looks like. First up, the plan. For this, we're going to borrow the brilliant 3-2-1 method from dietitian Lindsay Pleskett. Instead of stressing about 7 different meals for the week, you just pick your foundation. 3 vegetables, 2 proteins, and 1 carbohydrate. That's it. This just slashes your grocery list and your decision-making time, and it also kind of naturally nudges you toward a balanced plate. Next, step 2, the prep. To make this part fly by, you gotta think like an assembly line. This technique comes from Casey Moulton. Instead of doing one thing at a time, you work in stages. Wash all your produce at once, then chop it all, and finally, get all your burners going, use your oven racks, and cook everything at the same time. It is a massive time saver. And finally, step 3, the pack. You're going to want some good quality, airtight containers for this. Portion out your prepped ingredients or even some full meals. And here's a pro tip to make things ridiculously easy. Organize your fridge. Put breakfast stuff on one shelf, lunch on another, dinner on a third. That way, it's truly just grab and go. All right, so you've done the work. Your components are prepped and ready in the fridge. Now for the really fun part. What do you actually make with all this stuff? Let's look at how these prepped ingredients can turn into incredible meals in minutes. Seriously, with your components ready, you can do anything. We're talking vibrant power bowls, gorgeous mason jar salads that actually stay crisp, or super fast sheet pan dinners. Things like wraps and grab-and-go breakfasts become an absolute breeze. It's all about mixing and matching what you have to fit whatever you're craving that day. So for example, imagine this. You take your pre-cooked chicken and your pre-cooked grains, toss them with some fresh, already chopped cucumber and tomatoes, add a big dollop of tzatziki, and boom, you've got a protein-packed, delicious Greek power bowl in like under 5 minutes. Or how about a sheet pan meal? You just grab your pre-chopped veggies and a salmon fillet, throw them on a pan with some seasoning, and pop it in the oven. You get this incredibly flavorful, complete dinner with basically one pan to clean. It's a weeknight miracle. And we can't forget breakfast. This is a game changer. Make a big batch of breakfast burritos on Sunday, wrap them up individually, and toss them in the freezer. Then you just pop one in the microwave on your way out the door for a hot, filling breakfast. No more skipping the most important meal of the day. Now, to make sure this becomes a habit that actually sticks, there are a few pro tips that really make all the difference. Let's look at a couple of ways to keep your meal prep game strong for the long haul. It's also worth pointing out that not all meal prep is the same. I mean, look at this table. A sheet pan meal, super low effort, minimal cleanup, awesome. A mason jar salad, it's a little more involved. You gotta layer it just right, but it's perfect for taking on the go. The real key here is just finding the methods that fit your life. All right, here are some rapid-fire tips. Worried about getting bored? Spices are your best friend. A little curry powder versus some Italian herbs can totally transform the same chicken and veggies. Always, always, always store dressings separately. No one likes a soggy salad. And hey, don't sleep on frozen produce. It's picked at its peak, it's cheap, and it's so convenient. And finally, fill your freezer with a few backup meals for those days when life really happens. You know, when you boil it all down, this is what it's about. Meal prep isn't just some trendy kitchen hack. It is a powerful system. It's designed to give you back your time, to lower your stress, and to put you, and only you, in the driver's seat of your own nutrition.
So the only real question left is, where are you going to start? Think about it. What's the one meal that always throws you for a loop? Is it the chaotic morning breakfast rush, or that sad desk lunch? That's your starting point. So, what's the first meal you'll prep to win back your week?